Whenever I do my research for what to eat when I travel overseas, I look for that one local food content creator who spends their whole year just eating at local spots and making videos about them. But then, I don't want that individual's opinion. I want their community's opinion, because that's where the good stuff is. If that is also what you want for your trip to Singapore, good luck with that. Hello everyone, I'm Eldrick from Singapore, and in this video I'll be sharing with you 5 foods that are loved by Singaporeans. If you're wondering if any of these recommendations are sponsored or if I'll be regurgitating any of the tourist traps, take a look at my subscriber count. Still too low for sponsorships this year unfortunately. And keep an eye out for how many tourists you can find in these spots. Ready? Let's begin with chicken rice. You might already have chicken rice at Maxwell Food Centre jotted down in your Wonderlog. And while that is the most touristy chicken rice in Singapore, I'm not gonna say something as silly as it's not rice. Chicken rice is our national dish. It is very difficult to find a bad one before they get crushed by the crippling, unrelenting rent. But as your new local friend, yes, we are friends now, I'll bring you to Cheng along Changi Rd. So when you reach here, it's free seating. You take a seat and they will come to you with the menu. Pretty straightforward restaurant style. When you come to Singapore eat chicken rice, please do not go for the singular portion. They'll give you a criminal amount of chicken. And sometimes vendor even flatten the chicken to make it seem like there is more chicken than there really is. They won't do that with a half chicken as you can see here. And wow, this is really beautiful. They are using a Kampong chicken. Kampong means village in Malay, which translates to these chickens being free range. They are allowed to roam wherever they want. If I'm not wrong, their omnivorous diet gives them the yellow hue, and they give you the 3 sauces. There is the sweet dark soya sauce, there is the chili, and there is basically ginger and scallion puree. This is what will make chicken rice really pop. I imagine the overseas Singaporeans watching this, their heart almost aches. Anyways, too much yap. Let's eat. Oh snap. I knew it was good and I'm still surprised. The chicken rice is so flavorful on its own and the condiments just make it pop. Not only that, each grain of rice is still intact and is well separated from the other. It's perfectly oily and just brimming with flavor. I promise you will be satisfied with just the rice, but we also happen to have half a chicken here. I know I'm the Singaporean here recommending food, but even I'm caught off guard by how good this is. The cook on the chicken is just on the money. The breast tender and moist, the dark meat tender as well with aspic, the skin plump and slippery. The taste of the chicken is kept quite pure, but it's sitting on top of this really nice soya sauce mix. I really want to dive into this chicken, but this is not the video for that. I will say that I grew up in Singapore. This is amongst the best I had. On to the next stop. Next, we are heading to possibly the best laksa in the world, Sungei Road Laksa. I spent 3 months last year just searching for the best version of this dish. I flew to Malacca, the origin place of the dish, and back, and I still think this is the best. I have made videos at Sungei Road Laksa 3 times in the last 6 months, meaning I could have easily used any of the 200 gigabytes worth of B-roll, do a voiceover and save myself 6 hours of production time. But no. If you give me even a sliver of an excuse to revisit this place, I'll take it! When you arrive, start queuing at the stanchions by the side. A queue like this took me about 45 minutes to get to the front, at which the counter will take your order. There's only one item on the menu with some add-ons to consider. I highly recommend going for the extra cockles for $1. You then take a seat in the food court if you can find one. If you cannot find a seat like me, you can opt for takeaway and have your meal next to the canal nearby. In my opinion, this is the most representative bowl of Singaporean laksa. If this is your first time hearing of laksa, it is a curry noodle dish that is balanced out with coconut milk, topped with the aromatic laksa leaves, and it also comes with blood cockles, fish cakes, bean sprouts, and a dollop of extra sambal. And the key reason why Sungei Road Laksa is so good, why I'm willing to come down here and queue over and over again, is how balanced it is. You taste all of the ingredients, yet none of the ingredients at the same time. It comes together so harmoniously to give that signature laksa flavor. Eating is like hitting a C major chord. The synergy is so visceral. And I know what you might be wondering. Eldrick. Eldrick. Your mic is not switched on, brother. That's fine. Turning on your mic is overrated. You know what is not overrated? Our next stop, 545 Whampoa Prawn Noodles at Tekka Center. This is just a short walk from Sungei Road Laksa, and perhaps one of the top 3 most delicious dishes that I had in my previous series, The Best Food Trail, where I followed the likes of Anthony Bourdain, Taylor Swift, and Cristiano Ronaldo, amongst other celebrities, to see what they chose to eat during their stay in Singapore. But for now, some noodles. We are now at 545 Whampoa Prawn Noodles at Tekka Center. So here is the typical hawker center, it's free seating. Just take a seat and queue in front of the hawker center that you like. You only have one choice. They only sell prawn noodles, which is always a sign of good food in Singapore. You can, however, choose the type of noodles that you want. We have the yellow noodles, the thin rice noodles, and the thick rice noodles. You can also choose whether you want it to be dry like this, where they will serve the soup by the side, or soup, where it's your typical soup noodles. I like the dry one better because you get sort of like a dry tossed noodles and you do not lose out on the soup. The bowl comes with prawns, pork, and just these beautifully sauced noodles. I also added 50 cents worth of lard and shallot oil. Enough yet? I highly recommend going for the extra lard and shallots. If you are a fan of yu po mian, gan lao mian, you will definitely love this. The punch that the noodle brings, how much it can carry, with how well it's sauced, and then you quench that with their prawn broth. One of the best things I've ate in the recent months. What a meal! The default portion is on the small side, so if you have a bigger appetite, either go for 2 bowls or add noodles. Easy recommendation. Alright, on to our next stop. Next? I know, you're gonna bring us for some chili crab, right? No, friend. I will not waste your money like that. Most Singaporeans don't even like chili crab, and I can prove it. In a study done by a graduate from a top local university, with a sample size of 574 participants, of which more than 90% are Singaporeans, researchers have found that crab is indeed overrated. $150 for adding a simple sauce to a singular crab is crazy work. With that money, you can buy everything in this video 3 times over. I won't put you through that. Instead, I bring you something that is worth every bit of hype, the king of fruits, durian. Finding durian in Singapore is easy. The challenge is finding somewhere to eat it. The fruit is notoriously banned in hotels and public transport because of its intense aroma. So I wanted to find you guys a place where you can pop by and experience the fruit. Just grab any one of these boxes. The prices are all there, so you don't have to worry about being scammed. Take a seat, put on some protection if you want. Personally, I don't. I find that it doesn't taste as good. Then dig in. If this is your first time having durian, I would recommend that you go for the Wang variant. This is the poster child for durian because it has the most acceptable flavor profile. I would also recommend that you buy as little as possible. The taste of durian is genetically determined. If you don't have the gene, it will be impossible for you to perceive durian as enjoyable. Unfortunately, it's hard to tell without actually trying the durian. So perhaps buy one box to share with your whole party before deciding to go for more. The durian season in Singapore is roughly June to September. This is when the durians on average are the cheapest and the best quality. But if you really want to talk about the best durians, then you have to talk about the age of the tree, the region that it comes from, the weather close to fruition, and whether the squirrels like the durians. A conversation that is too extensive for this video. The so-called durian season in Singapore is the fruition period of most of the durian farms in Malaysia. So that said, there are going to be other farms that do not follow the cycle. However, today at Seng, we are following the cycle. I wanted to try my luck, and unfortunately they do not have durians today. So I got myself a durian waffle. This is a waffle with a Wang ice cream. A durian ice cream has about 8% of the intensity of proper durians, so I'm not sure if it's worth recommending. I have long forgotten what it's like to have durian for the first time. Maybe those of you who have can tell me your experience. Alright, on to the next stop. Before we head to our last recommendation, I bring you the honorary mention of this video, an underrated member of Singapore's food culture, the humble Pandan Waffle. This is a waffle made with pandan, a commonly used plant in this region because of its signature floral aroma. These waffles are made fresh and then it sandwiches a filling of your choice. There are many flavors to choose from, but kaya or coconut jam, peanut butter, or combination of butter and sugar are the more popular choices. You can find this in most heartland bakeries, or Prima Deli in the many shopping malls around Singapore, or places like the Hainan Story or Bakeinc at Changi Airport. I'm not gonna give any specific recommendations because I don't think you need to min-max on this. It's hard to dispute with a fresh hot waffle coming off the grill. You need to go through like 2 divorces and 3 retrenchments to be hating at that level. A waffle, Eldrick? I can get that anywhere in the world. I want the real Singaporean experience. Things that only the locals would do. Things no tourist has ever done before. You sure? Alright, bet. Walao, take the whole chicken, give you back chicken wings, yeah. I tell you, life is like that one. Everything is suffering, everything will give you problems. Dieting is torturous, being overweight sucks. Being single is lonely, being married requires effort. Haya, mai huan lo la, Lim. Yeah, maybe we don't want to be that local. For our last stop, we want somewhere we can really have a feast. Some place to spend all of our remaining Singapore currency. And for that, we are heading to Hoi Sai Eating House, one of the best known zi char restaurants on our island. For Hypocrite Eldrick confirmed. I know I talk a lot of smack about the chili crab, but still I have to admit that it is a quintessential part of the Singaporean food experience. It's kind of like grabbing a roadside hot dog in New York or eating a full meal out of the konbini in Tokyo. It won't change your life, but you kind of still need to hit the bucket list for the gram, for the fam, for the scam. So this is a dish where crab is slightly cooked in a combination of sambal, ketchup and eggs for the most part. The sauce is sweet and tangy and it goes really well with rice or deep fried buns. Other than that, it's crab. I'd much rather order things like their moonlight hor fun, a stir-fried flat rice noodle dish topped with a raw egg, like a carbonara, or their prawn paste chicken. Perhaps one of the best fried chicken variations you'll come across, if you're into the flavor. But just for you, I ordered the whole chili crab today. You really think I want to be doing this? Having a whole crab on my own on some random afternoon? Eldrick, I know what you're about to say, but for the sake of the video and Singapore tourism, can you please just lie? Just do the default food vlogger expression, say it's so good, and call it a day. You know that positive food reviews get more likes, get more shares on YouTube. So whatever you do, do not... Chili crab is so mean. Oh my god. To be fair, I really like Hoi Sai. I have tried their other dishes before and they were great. I just don't think chili crab is a good way to spend $100. And that's all I have for you guys this time. All of the Google Map links are in the video description. Take note of the opening hours, especially for the hawker stalls. It is very common for hawkers to close earlier after they have sold out for the day. I hope you enjoy your visit to Singapore. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!